You can put anything in a dumpling. I mean, every culture has its own version of dumplings or some sort of filled pasta or pastry or something. So it's like a sandwich, you know, you can get an Italian sandwich, why not get an Italian dumpling? We have quite a mobile setup, so, you know, we make the dumplings in the kitchen beforehand, and then all we really need is a pan or a few pans and some electricity, and we're good to go. So there were a lot of starts and stops with Pinch, but eventually, you know, it kind of came time. It was like, okay, if I'm going to go for it, I need to go for it. So we had our first pop-up event in February 2015. And that was Restaurant Day, which is done in Amsterdam. So basically, anybody can open their home to strangers to have them come pay to eat at your house. So we did a lot of, you know, testing with friends up to then, but we had paying customers on February 15th, 2015, and yeah, they loved it. They loved it, and it honestly, it went so much better than I ever could have imagined. And I'm thankful to those people every day. They were so great. But yeah, that just gave us the confidence to plow forward. So come August of the same year, we kind of ran out of space in our home kitchens. We were looking for an alternative, and around the same time, Kitchen Republic, which is where we're at now, kind of started. I think they started in probably May that year. And Kitchen Republic is a kitchen incubator. So what that means is they kind of give a home to people like us who are at an in-between stage where you're still kind of testing a concept. You don't want to invest the hundreds of thousands that it would to kind of have your own kitchen or your own restaurant. And in April this year, April 2016, I quit my day job and am dumplinging full time. Instead of running our own sort of, you know, social enterprise programs, which we'd like to do in future, what we do now is we partner with a nonprofit in Amsterdam called Street Smart. And what they do is they basically support the homeless population in Amsterdam, or people who maybe would be homeless if they didn't have their support. So once a year, Street Smart runs a campaign where restaurants, they get all kinds of great restaurants involved, or restaurants and, you know, little pop-ups like us. You just add €1 onto patrons' bills, and that euro goes to Street Smart. I guess when I did my degree in nutrition, I was actually a dietitian in a former life. My goal was to help people. In the early concepts of Pinch, my plan was to deal with, you know, obesity and even hunger initiatives and kind of keep it all linked to food. But it's, you know, especially things like obesity are less so of a problem in the Netherlands. So, you know, since we're a local business, we try to support local initiatives. Street Smart was kind of a perfect fit for us there. And, you know, we kind of say, oh, you know, you get dumplings with a free, warm, fuzzy feeling because, you know, you help somebody. As a person with limited Dutch, there are definitely challenges you come across. I mean, obviously Amsterdam is quite easy to get around and navigate, you know, without having a fluent grasp of Dutch. The thing I struggle with the most it's not really talking to people or forming relationships. It's knowing what to Google. Because the amount of times I have to Google Translate, you know, deep, you know, frozen distributor, you know, now I know it's, you know, deep freeze, whatever, but, you know, it definitely makes the process longer. The groothandel and stuff, it's like, I know what that is now, but when I first started, I probably didn't, you know. Groothandel is like the wholesale, you know, the wholesale market, so the Quaker or something, which means the grower, if you need to know that. So recently we held a pop-up we called the Wicked Dumpling Dinner. We called it the Wicked Dumpling Dinner because it had some of our more naughty dumplings on the menu. You know, they weren't as light as the menu as a whole sort of is. But these dumplings were inspired by Brexit. So my partner's English, I'm American obviously, and Brexit, we didn't really see it coming. So we were quite disheartened when we heard. So like any good protest, you know, we decided to make dumplings to show our dismay. So we did kind of European-inspired dumplings. So we did a chorizo prawn dumpling to kind of represent Spain. We did a blue cheese, pear, celery, honey dumpling to kind of, you know, tip the hat to France with their delicious blue cheese. With our pop-up dinners, we put everybody at one big table. We don't do that just out of convenience, although it is convenient, but we do it because, the whole experience of eating dumplings is to kind of share and get to know people and chat, and, I think it loosens people up a little bit, when you're eating from the same plate. So, that's one of the great things about dumplings. I mean, sharing food and eating shared foods like tapas and dim sum and all of these things, that's my favorite way to eat. So I guess I just imposed that on other people with my dumplings.